it's Diane from Diane Mom Garden Videos. Hey everyone, it's Diane. Today we're going to be planting Sahara mix zinnias. As you can see, they're yellow. Are they supposed to be yellow? No, but I did call the company to see why they're yellow and I haven't heard anything. To protect myself because I don't know what's on these seeds, I just have a glove on. No big deal. Alright, I got 100 seeds. So I'm going to be planting 2 in each cell. Just using 6-packs. Gonna make it easy so I don't have to do any transplanting later on. If I can pick it up with this latex glove, we're just going to be putting some in 2 per cell because there's 48 cells here. So I'm just going to do it like so. One thing about it, they're easy to see, aren't they? As you can see, I got 2 per cell. And what I like to do, and I was going to show you and let you know ahead of time, this is just a perlite mix with peat, and there is a little bark in it too, which I kind of like. I put all the soil in the flat, and then I water it down. I like it to be wet already. Place your seeds in the cell, water them, then cover them lightly. Very easy. And then just water them in again. These will go on a heating mat, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about these. If you've never planted the Sahara or the Profusion zinnias, they are a bushy zinnia. They bloom all summer, and they're just easy and disease-free. I never have any disease problems with them. You don't have that mildew like you do with other zinnias. And I normally get a lot of butterflies in the summertime. The painted lady butterflies. Zinnias like it warm. So I'm going to finish this flat. I'm going to speed up the video and then we'll get done. Alright. I'm done with planting them. Let's water them in. A little bit of soil over the top. You just want to cover it with thickness of the seed. I don't measure anything. I just put a little bit on there and it just works every time. It might just be that I've done this forever. Okay. Got one here yet to do. Very easy. Alright, I just pat it down just a little, level it out. Water them in one last time. Now these will go on the heating mat around 70-75 degrees. I'm probably going to do about 75. I want to get them germinated. And then after that, once they start growing, they pop out of their soil, they're going to go under lights immediately. 100 seeds, 100 plants. That'll be pretty in the garden, won't it? Alright, my heating mat's on. We put one of these black flats is how I do it. You do it however you want, and you can put it in anything you want. You can grow seeds in anything you want. So this is just how I do it because I like to grow quite a few at a time. So they'll be on there. We'll check them for dryness. They'll stay pretty moist for a good day or two, and then I'll check them and then water them again if needed. I mean, the humidity is going to be inside of there, so it shouldn't be as much of an issue. After that, they'll start sprouting, they'll start growing, and they'll get under lights right away because they do have a tendency to get leggy quickly. So I want to get them under lights as soon as possible. Alright, it's the 15th today, and I planted the zinnias on the 13th, put them on the heating mat at 75. We have several coming up. There's just a bunch of them. And I don't want them stretching. So I'm taking them off the heating mat right now. Right here. They're just coming up everywhere. And I'll keep you updated on their progress. Today is April 17th. The zinnias are growing nicely. Can you see them? There's a few that got leggy real quick, but what I do is I will push them down in the soil a little bit. As long as it doesn't get too warm in this room, they shouldn't stretch too bad. But they're all coming up pretty good the way it looks. April 21st, my zinnia seeds. Coming pretty good. They germinated really, really well. Look at that. Oh, I just love these zinnias. They'll be really pretty in the garden. April 28th, update on my mixed zinnias. They're looking mighty nice. Look at those. Growing great. They're not stretching down here, so I'm really pleased with them. A second update on the Sahara zinnias. As you can see, look how they're doing. They're doing pretty good, aren't they? They're going to be in the home here for a while. I probably won't be planting outside till mid-May, or depending on our weather here. May 9th update on the Sahara zinnias. Check those out. They're doing really well indoors, and as soon as it gets warm enough here, they will be going out in the garden. These have been getting fed with compost tea, and I believe they like it. They're looking good and green, aren't they? May 18th update on the Sahara zinnias. Check them out. Those look great. I'm really pleased with them, but we can't get them outside just yet. It's cold here. It's in the 40s yet at night, so but this next week it's supposed to warm up, so I'm hoping either next week I'll be able to start planting, so stay tuned as we plant these in the garden. It's a beautiful May day, May 23rd, and I am working the soil here in my rock garden that used to be my pond, and I'm going to be putting some zinnias in here. But I need to get the soil a little better since I haven't put any fresh soil in here for a few years now. I worked up the bed, got the weeds pretty good. So now we're going to be throwing some composted manure on this area to help improve the soil and to really have the plants flourish throughout the growing season. So I went to my large compost pile, and I got 5 pails of composted manure. It should be enough. It should be plenty. And I'm just going to scatter them here on the soil. Incorporate it just a little bit, but mostly it's going to be just top dressing. That's how I do it. And let's get started. That should be good. So I'm just going to spread it around now. Nothing too hard. The compost is a little clumpy because we got some rain, but I didn't want to wait any longer. I wanted to make sure I got this done today because we got more rain coming. This area did need some soil, so this is really going to help improve the bed. It looks pretty good. So the next step will be to plant my zinnias. So now we're ready to plant. I will place zinnias in this bed about 12 inches apart. And stay with me so we can start planting our zinnias. Hi. What you doing up there, Tig? Hi. It's a partly cloudy day today. A good time to plant. It'd actually be better if it was cloudy. But I think these guys are going to be just fine. They're going to handle it just fine. So, since there's rocks around my bed, I want to plant in at least a foot or better so it doesn't cover up the rocks completely. Because these Sahara zinnias, they really spread out nice. Plants are pretty wet, So I'm just going to be digging holes about 1 foot apart. I'll be watering them after I get everything planted. And they'll do just fine. Trust me, they'll be fine. As I plant, I do like 3 up here in front. And then in the middle of these 2, I will put another one. And then in the middle of these 2, I place another one. And if they're not exactly 1 foot apart, so what? It's fine. This area will completely fill in during the summer. Now some of these have 2 in them. I'm just going to plant them right in the hole just like that. I've done this many, many years and it works just fine. Zinnias like a full sun area, at least 6 hours a day. They will thrive for you. This one does not get powdery mildew. I've never had that trouble. They grow about 1 foot tall and they just bush out. It's just a beautiful plant. So now I just want to look at my bed and see if there's any areas where I can put a couple more. Now, I could add some more in there just to get it really nice and full. I wouldn't need to, but I might because I have a lot of plants. So that's pretty much planting the zinnias from seed to planting. Later in the summer, I plan to have a video on many of my plants that you have seen me grow from seed. It'll be on a separate video because this will take way too long and I don't want to wait that long to upload the video. So now we'll water them in. Okay, it's all watered in. Just a couple tips. If your zinnias have blooms on them, make sure that you cut the blooms off when you plant them. This way they get a lot better root growth and they will produce side shoots and become a lot nicer, fuller, dense plant. See, I have one budding right now. And for me, I would pull that off when I planted them. If you have trouble with chickens, cats, chickens, I can put a little fence, those little white fences, wire fences around them, and it keeps them out. But cats, it seems if I keep the soil wet, they won't dig in it. And if the fence will also probably help with that. But as far as like raccoons, possums, skunks, I don't normally have that trouble here. So I'm hoping, you know, nobody wants to mess with this garden right here. Last few years I haven't had any trouble. And that's about it. Basically just keep an eye on it. Make sure if it's hot out, you water them. Make sure if they're weedy, you weed them. It's simple. And if you want to add some fertilizer, there's some time-release fertilizer on the market. There's soluble fertilizer on the market. I don't usually tell people what to use, but you guys use what you're comfortable with, okay? I just use this compost and I think it's going to be enough for a while. I actually don't fertilize them all summer and they just flourish. They do really well. So if you got any comments or questions, just drop them below in the comment box and I'll do what I can. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video today. I'd appreciate it as it helps me grow my channel. And we'll see you on the next one. I got a lot more to show you. Talk soon. Bye.